Well, hello everybody, and welcome to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And here we are in the Garden of Eden. Yes, everything is coming up roses, but I didn't plant roses. I don't understand. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update on this real quick. It's going to be a fairly short video because uploads have been taking forever. I'm going to go inside and before I upload this, I'm going to get online with my service provider and Google. And I'm going to say, look, this happens to me once a year lately. You guys have been messing with me, and I know it, and I want it to stop because last night's or yesterday's video, I started uploading it somewhere between 4 and 4:30, and when I got up this morning, it was like 56 or 60% or something like that. And it took until 11:30 this morning to get that thing uploaded. That was not acceptable. That's 19 hours for an upload. So anyway, enjoy that video. In the meantime, look at all my broccoli, my kale with the silent K, and my cilantro, and my cabbage or kabag, and the cucumbers. For a cumber, that's kind of cute. Anyway, another successful graft. This is one of the unknown or the lost tag apples from the other apple tree I've got in the greenhouse. I just threw a quick graft on there, and sure enough, it's taken, so it's doing its thing. Now, got a fresh bud here. I don't know if it's going to do anything. That's on the pear tree. But I do have a apple set right there on the Fuji apple. And then down here on this branch, there's another apple or two set there. But this is getting blowing in the wind and rubbing against this post. So I'm going to tie that back here in a few minutes. The Sharon apple, I got me an apple right there on the top. And it's only that little one short branch, so it's doing its thing. Another pear up here, and I've got probably a dozen pears on here. There's a couple right down here, and there's one down here, or maybe even two, but it looks like one. And there's some more up top here. I had them all pinpointed earlier, but no need to spend too much time on it. There's two right there. So I got pears coming up. My peas are climbing the rope. And you're not going to get an A in gym unless you can climb the rope. You remember the gym teacher? So anyway, lots and lots of grape clusters. Nice big grape clusters all over the place here. Loads of them. Loads, loads, loads. Yep, gonna have me some grapes this year. Not like I didn't have any last year. I had so many, I was sick of them. I started feeding them to the chickens. But yeah, there's clusters of grapes all through this vine, just doing its thing. My plum and my peach trees, I don't think the grafts have taken, but I can just leave them there. They won't hurt anything. My tomatoes, they're starting to grow up. They're almost teenagers now. I can tell because they seldom listen to me. Anyway, tomatoes doing just fine. Got some spinach popped up in the middle. And look at all of the carrots, 2 rows of carrots there. Goes all the way across and comes all the way back again. Those are all the radishes, except for this guy right here, or these two. These two are cantaloupe. And that's what the corn said to tomato, cantaloupe tonight. Anyway, this grapevine had a couple of little clusters on it. Yeah, right there it is, a little baby one right there. But it's still young. This is the Concord grape I got from Tony and Leanne at doing redneck things off grid. And this had a bunch of clusters on it, but I'm not seeing any right now. I wonder where they went. Huh. It did produce grapes last year. So, I don't know. They'll pop out when they need to. Oh, there's a little one right there. So that's another one that's kind of young, needs to grow up. I got these poles in place so that when the tomatoes get taller, I can hang strings from there and tie them up. I hope this wind stops pretty soon though. Potatoes doing great. Over here I got some spinach popped up and my oregano and my rosemary. All right, over here in the old non-productive pear tree, I've got a graft there I did earlier this year that's taken there. Because this is the ambrosia apple. It's growing like crazy. I've got another apple graft up here. Let me get that out of the way. I won't get out of the way. Anyway, that apple graft right there is taken. And that's one of the mystery apples. I'm not sure what it is. This is the pear that I did a year ago. So, yep. Gonna have a nice year in the garden. I've been eating some asparagus and my cilantro is still growing, and I planted 3 rows of corn in there, or 4 rows of corn that go from the board here all the way up to just before the cucumbers, and they're all through right there. Now they're not coming up yet because they are seed, but the temperatures at night here have been dropping down into the low 40s and high 30s, and that's Fahrenheit, people. But corn likes the ground to be 65 to 70 degrees, and you see my thermometer here. Let me see if I can knock the moisture out of the way. Okay, so there we go. So we're just about 55 degrees on the soil temperature. Push that all the way in and let it sit. But yeah, that's still a little bit low because of the temperatures dropping off at night. So I've been trying to soak the garden down when I know it's going to get cold at night, and that helps keep the heat in a little bit. So hopefully I'll still be able to get growth out of those. All right, very quickly before I call this off, the multi-apples tree here, doing just fine. Not showing any buds, but definitely got some fresh growth on there, so that's a good thing. All my citrus trees all looking good, and my BVD tree is starting to show signs of gonna put out some figs on there. How are you gonna eat your cake if you don't eat your figgy pudding? All right, so that's that. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Don't forget your thumbs ups down there. Don't forget to share and subscribe. G Bear, signing off.